Hello, I'm Eden Tanner, Principal of Collingwood College. Welcome to the Collingwood College virtual Sixth Form Open Evening. This short presentation will hopefully provide you with all the information you need to choose Collingwood as your first choice for your post-16 education. The senior staff in the Sixth Form are Mr Chris Webster, Senior Assistant Principal Post-16, Mr Oliver Woods, Post-16 Curriculum Lead, and key in terms of services and support, Mrs Leanne Boone. And these are images of this year's Senior Prefect team meeting virtually during lockdown. Two of these students, Lauren, our Head Prefect, and Lewis, one of our Deputy Head Prefects, will share their experiences during this presentation. The last inspection of the college was 3 years ago, and we were delighted with the outcome. Please note the words in bold here. The college continues to thrive. The school remains at the heart of the community. Relationships across the school are very supportive. There's an ambition to make Collingwood a centre of excellence. We ensure good outcomes for all groups of pupils, and Collingwood College continues to grow and flourish. And their comments regarding our sixth form were also very positive. Our broad curriculum offers a wealth of choice, and students receive the appropriate support and guidance to help them choose their next steps. All in all, leadership and management is outstanding. I'm now going to hand over to Chris Webster for him to tell you more about life in the sixth form.
Hi, I'm Chris Webster and I'm Senior Assistant Principal at Collingwood, and I'm here to talk to you about what I think are the advantages of Collingwood. We've done some student voice, so we've asked some years 11s and 12s about what they think is important, what they think the major advantages are, and the thing that they say is particularly important to them are small class sizes. And it makes sense that students really value those small class sizes at Collingwood. We have class sizes of approximately 10. And I guess that's a significant difference between us and our major competitor. And I guess the advantage of those small class sizes is that it enables you to have more support and a little bit more individual feedback to enable you to progress. So it makes sense that students really identify that as a key advantage. They also think that at Collingwood we have good teachers. And I'm really pleased to hear that, because we know that we have great teachers actually at Collingwood, teachers who are subject specialists and experts in their field. And to be honest, we wouldn't get the fantastic results that we get year in, year out and with some type of consistency unless we had those great teachers. So the points are on the screen now as well, that students could see that we have excellent academic results. Again, the point I would make about that is that we do that consistently. So we have not only done well last academic year or the year before that, our students consistently make outstanding progress. So progress within the top 25% of all providers nationally, and that's something that we're really proud of, primarily because it enables you as a student to go on and take those next steps. The final point that students thought were important when they were thinking about where they came is that they thought it was quite a nice thing to know other students, and that's about there being a sense of community here at Collingwood. And there is a community. There are lots of opportunities to get involved. It's quite a special community where students know each other well and they get along well together. So this is a slide about results, and you can see that over 50% of our students, the majority of our cohort, every year are getting those top level grades. So they're the A star to B, or if you do the BTECs, it's the distinction star grades. What we're really proud of at Collingwood actually is that the progress that all of our students make. You can see that there's an indicator on the screen which is called ALPS, and it indicates student progress from 1 to 9, with 1 being outstanding, and it compares colleges and students nationally. So you'll see in recent years we've been in the top range, the top 25% of providers nationally for progress, and last year we were an ALPS 2, so that's top 2%, and in 2017 we were an ALPS 2 as well. Why that's so important to us and what it means to you as a student is that no matter what your starting point, so if you're starting with us with the minimum expectations, which would be 5 GCSEs at a grade 4, or if you have all 9s, no matter what your starting point, the expectation is that you will make fantastic progress with us. So that means that you will achieve to your potential and get the results that you want. So you can see why something like that would be particularly important to us and something that we're really proud of at Collingwood. The next couple of slides have some images of student life, and then we'll go on to Mr. Woods, and I'll come back to wrap up at the end.
Hi, my name's Oliver Woods and I'm the Curriculum Leader here at Collingwood College. I'm here to talk to you about our curriculum offer and the study support that we'll provide for your son or daughter. All students will be taking a 2-year A-level or BTEC qualification. It is possible that they can take a mixture of both as well. As you can see, a large proportion of our students go on to university every year, and approximately 20% of those will go on to the top universities in the country. When students make their options, they'll be choosing from a wide range of academic and vocational courses. Most will take 3, some will take 4. In the case of those that wish to take 4, it will be those that have got the highest number of top grades at GCSE and will monitor that as they progress. Of course, there's the option for them to drop down to 3 if they're not happy after a month or so. When students start in Year 12, the transition from Year 11 to Year 12 is really quite important, and we take it very seriously here at Collingwood College. We're acutely aware that the jump from GCSE to A-level can be quite daunting to young people, and it can be a real challenge for a number of reasons. So to assist students in that, we do put on a lot of transition documents to help them in that process. Firstly, they'll be given a pack, a kind of transition pack if you like, in the June induction day, so they have the summer holidays to begin some work on their subjects. A lot of those tasks won't necessarily feed into the curriculum, but they'll more be just an opportunity for students to practice the skills and start getting embedded into the types of knowledge that they might need at A-level. In the seminar programme, we'll also be taking the transition quite seriously as well, possibly focusing on more of the lifestyle choices that they make and helping them with study skills and helping them to revise better and use their supervised study in a more effective way. The teachers play a role in this too, though, because when the students start in September, we dedicate at least the first week, if not the first 2 weeks of lessons to Gateway. We call it Gateway, whereby the new Year 12 students are taught skills by the teacher that are relevant to the subject area, as opposed to having to start the content straight away after a break from education. This has proved really effective. We've done it for a few years now, and it really does go down well with students. I've talked about that. Student wellbeing and the mental health of young people really is at the forefront of our thinking. The seminar programme that we use throughout the year, we do dot in at different intervals lots of advice and guidance for students. Where possible, we get as many public speakers to come in and deliver this content as well, really focusing on things like diet, nutrition, exercise, sleep, managing stress, trying to find ways to stop being so distracted all the time, study better, study harder, study smarter. All these things we really try and talk about in our seminar program, and a lot of the time it goes down very well, and students are really responsive to that. If students are starting to underperform, either at a pastoral, so a personal tutor, or at a subject level with the teachers, staff can spot that very quickly. The reporting system is so that we're able to monitor their performance, put some intervention in place, and it really is, as you can see on the bullet point, it is early monitoring and early intervention for students. I'll talk about it on the next slide, but we do have the supervised study room, which we're able to use to set targeted work for students. Staff can set them work in there. Students can be working on it within those periods, and then they can get instant feedback on that from staff. So that has been really effective. There are the personal tutor meetings as well, which are really useful. So they'll have a one-to-one with a personal tutor once every 2 weeks. They're given an hour slot for that. Doesn't always take an hour, but they are given an hour slot for that. And students have the opportunity to talk one-to-one to an adult about what they're going through. That said adult can give them lots of advice and guidance, and maybe can talk to their teachers on behalf of them if they're concerned about things. And it's just a really nice way to build relationships, build community, and build trust in these young people who are, essentially still just year 11s in those first few weeks. They don't know how to be sixth formers, and they do need to be taught. We take all that, I think, very, very seriously. Lastly, for the parents, we provide you with a range of documents so you can keep up to date with what's happening. At the moment, I believe these will be linked to EduLink, so you can look on there for year planners, so you can see where they should be up to at each interval in the year. The personalised learning checklist should be on there, so you can sit your son or daughter down and say, look, you're doing this module, how are you going with this? They can tell you what they've understood, what they've not understood, and then obviously you can help them and guide them with regards what they can do with their time to work smarter, to fill in those gaps where maybe they've struggled. And again, those PLCs have been really effective. Okay, last slide from me. As you can see on the picture, we now have our dedicated sixth form study space, which we're really quite proud of, and we absolutely love it. It's important to note that this study centre is something that students do not get the opportunity to opt out of. Supervised study is part of their timetable, and they will be allocated 9 lessons a cycle, the same as they would a lesson. So it's almost treated as another lesson to be in this room, studying independently, in most cases doing their homework. So from the students I speak to on a daily basis, they say to me that they really appreciate the space and they really enjoy having the space because they're able to just focus on getting their homework done in a quiet, focused environment before they go home and they are distracted by a million things, from Netflix to video games to football to just their phones, which we all know about. So what you can see from the picture is that we do have dedicated computers in there. We also have a suite of laptops that they can access, and we do encourage them to bring their own devices if they wish to, so that there's no excuses for not having access to a computer if you need it. There's obviously the tables in the middle if they choose to just do some more old school study, pen and paper, use the textbook. They can do that as well, which again, lots do that. That's quite common that we see students not actually needing a computer. The last thing I think I'll mention on this is that we do encourage students to use supervised study to do more than their homework. And I think that's important to notice and to mention, that they are encouraged to do MOOCs in this time, which is just another word for online courses, where they can FutureLearn being the number one that we really push, where they can grow their CV, they can grow their understanding of a subject, read around the subject, particularly when it comes to UCAS and job applications. It's really effective to be able to have some extra knowledge that's at kind of university level, so that they're able to show their skills. We don't force these, but we do strongly encourage them. We also have a OneNote that we use that every computer in this room is linked to. They just have to click one button, which is the sixth form OneNote, and that has links and topics for everything that they can possibly need with their learning. Links to the PLC, links to UCAS advice, links to apprenticeship advice, links to mental health advice, anything that they need. We've all got it's like a dedicated OneNote that they've got access to all the time. So I really find that that's useful. Ultimately for us, the key really is that we feel we offer a more personal, focused monitoring and intervention program that really does encourage young people to succeed and to smash their targets and goals and do really well moving forward. Thank you for listening. I'll pass you back.
When you've come down from the lower school, do you think that the pressure on you has reduced?
Yeah, I found year 12 to be surprisingly chilled, obviously in the higher challenging workload and stuff, but just the sixth form vibes of year 12 are so much more chilled than...
I think the pressure certainly decreases when you come from there to here.
Yeah, I was so surprised how chill year 12 was.
No, me especially. It's still a hard-working year, but everyone's kind of getting to know each other again. Yeah. Everyone's matured over that summer and after GCSEs and trying to get their head into gear for,
I'm doing chemistry, biology and English literature.
They're all very challenging.
Very challenging, yeah.
And do your teachers help with that challenge that it brings?
Yeah, I'm fine, especially with Collingwood with the small class sizes. It's so easy to get support from my teachers, and I really have a great relationship with them.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like a one-to-one relationship with all the teachers kind of makes it a lot easier for when you do need that extra support with the challenging subjects.
Yeah, definitely.
And even the not so challenging subjects, just the informality, it helps a lot. Yeah.
So obviously at the moment we're going through UCAS applications, and there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
But if I'm struggling with, I don't know, a hard biology topic, I often go to my teachers and just chat with them, and I'm grateful for their availability.
Yeah.
Really, do you agree?
Yeah, well, I think a lot of the teachers, they have an open door policy for the sixth form, and I think that really it makes a difference knowing that you can just go and see someone like on a whim.
Yeah.
Like sometimes after a lesson you might kind of be like, okay, yeah, I kind of get it, but then you just want to go and like, you know, nail it and just get it covered so that you know you can go into the next lesson being like, okay, yeah, brilliant, and I want to learn more.
Yeah, and so there's a real balance at Collingwood, especially I feel there's that element of support with teachers, but also the informality within the lesson itself it's so relaxed and just joking around, but also learning A-levels at the same time.
There is challenge at Collingwood too, and I think that the informal kind of community vibe really helps with it. Because when you're being challenged, it's nice to know that everyone around you is also being challenged.
Yeah.
There are going to be people on the same page as you. And yeah, I think the vibe of like a kind of a close-knit community, and there's not many people here, and it means that when you do need help, whether that's from a teacher or a student, it's just so much easier.
Yeah, I often think of Collingwood as some weird extended family type thing.
Yeah.
You walk into the common room and it's like, you know everyone, and you know that everyone's with you. I don't ever feel judged really, and it's easier to go through A-levels feeling safe and supported.
Yeah, and in the common room everyone's in their own little groups, but they all come together, like when we're doing the Freshers' Day.
Oh, the Freshers' Day!
Where we all had some activities planned.
Yeah.
And seeing everyone come together, and sometimes you don't always see it in a sixth form with older people, but it's a real eye-opener when you do events with everyone, and it's good.
I think the fact that we're able to not only have a senior prefect team, but use that to do fun things like the Freshers' Day, I think that's a really good thing that we can do.
Yeah, and the more important things like knowing that we can put it to good use on our UCAS statement.
Yeah.
I'm going through it with my PT at the moment, like how I'm going to be able to like word everything in, and Mr. Woods is really really helpful.
Yeah, me too. Mr. Woods is my PT as well.
Yeah.
We've spent hours going over my personal statement, so many one-to-ones and just chatting over it.
The pastoral support here is like pretty unrivaled.
Yeah, I feel really safe and supported in the fact that if I'm stressing about my application, I can just go and talk to Mr. Woods whenever I want,
and
or
even,
any of the PTs.
Yeah, even not just Mr. Woods. I know all the PTs, even though they're our personal tutor. Like, I still feel like I go and talk to Mrs. Boone or Miss O'Brien, or Mr. Ruffles, like about anything.
Yeah, it's really nice. They all know you, and you feel sort of a part of the team, and So with having subject specialist teachers, I find that the lessons that we get delivered are actually really good quality. They're a lot more detailed and focused than maybe in the lower school, just because of the breadth of what we've got to learn. Do you find that too? Yeah, definitely. I also really like the fact that during a biology lesson or something, you can have nerdy academic questions, like conversations with your teachers who know what they're talking about and can sort of bounce off each other, because especially when you get to sixth form, because we're now specialised into what we want to be doing, there's a real sense of everyone wants to be there, and so do the teachers, so really like growing the learning and challenging aspect that's different from GCSE.
So altogether, how are you finding your sixth form experience here?
It's busy, but I love it here. I feel so comfortable here, and yeah, I'm glad I stayed on. It's a great
older life.
Yeah, it's a great environment to grow up in, isn't it?
I definitely agree. Yeah.
So finally, I'll do a summary for you of what you can expect from us if you come to Collingwood. You can expect those small class sizes and the advantages that gives to you. Expect excellent academic results and outstanding progress, not just last year or the year before, but every year. Also expect to be challenged. You will be pushed here. And with that challenge actually comes some support. So strong support in the classroom, but as our students have been talking about, also excellent pastoral support from the personal tutors outside of the classroom. Our students really feel that support is accessible, it's always there, and that the personal tutors know you as an individual. Finally, to expect great friendships and a strong student community. So this is the final slide of the presentation, and it's about your next steps. So the online application form for Collingwood will be available at the Collingwood College website in the sixth form section from Friday the 9th of October. That application period is then open until December, so our applications close on Friday the 11th of December. If you are currently a Collingwood student, if you're in Year 11 at Collingwood, we'll be doing a number of activities with you during form time where we get you to think about your subject choices. Then we'll have interviews that start at the end of January, where you'll meet with a member of our sixth form personal tutor team or a senior leader to talk about the right type of courses for you going ahead into the future. So really this is about informed decision making for you. It's important that you have an opportunity to talk to subject tutors about what they think will be the right type of subjects for you. And I would really encourage you to go to the sixth form section of the website, because there we've got some videos from different subject tutors from different areas of the curriculum talking about their subjects, and that should be able to help you out in your decision making. Finally, I just put the offer to you that we'd really like to invite you to join us here at Collingwood for your next steps. Okay, thank you.